Georgetown. I'll show you here on Camp Street. There are a few more new buildings going up, and I'll show you the DeMar Bank main branch. Morning. So on Camp Street there are a couple of new buildings going up. This one, the frame of which you can see in concrete, is a this one, the frame of which is a commercial, seems like a commercial building, and across from the street from it is DeMar Bank, which is green. So I take the point that people have made about the building on back road, that is the building at Mandela Avenue on the back road. One of those two banks is red and grey now. They put red and grey as the colors. So somebody's pointing out that those are not the colors of DeMar Bank. This is DeMar Bank, as you can see. There is a gold double D sign, right? D in the back, the front D is a B and D. Alright, so DB, DeMar Bank. That's DeMar Bank, and the colors are green and a light green, so a dark green and a light green. And over here there's this new building. I'm not sure who's building this, who's constructing this building, but it seems as if it's going to be a commercial building with lots of windows. And that's a new empty building on Camp and Lamaha, and this is the new multi-story 9-floor building that's being built here on Lamaha Street. This is another empty building on Camp Street. I'm not so sure if they've managed to decide how to complete it and what to put in it, but here on Camp Street, another multi-story. I'm not so sure how many floors there are here. I would guess it's about 9 as well, right? 7, 8 or 9 floors. But it's a blue building with dark blue plastic windows or glass windows, depending on how you see that. That building has been completed, well, has been near completion for the last 10 years. It's also one of the tallest buildings on Camp Street, but it's been empty because it was not completed. So we're not sure what they were going to do with it. But recently I saw that there was some work on it. That grey building, that's Saipam. This is one of the contractors for oil and gas industry. That's Shell gas station here at the corner of New Market Street. New Market and Camp Street. South, it's New Market Street, looking east. Right, that's west. Right, that's west. Global Technology Building. But over here, yes, this is the latest, well not latest, this building has been almost near completion for a decade or so. Since I came back to Guyana, it's about 10 years now, and this building has been near completion. But I think recently they've done some work on it to close some of the openings on the ground floor. They hadn't put a door in, and now I notice there are doors. But however, let me see if I can count the floors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 floors, right? It's a 7-story building. You just count the windows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if you count the ground floor, it could be 8 floors. So about 8 floors. So this is an 8-story building. Across the street from, that's Camp Street, we're on Camp Street. It's across the street from the Georgetown Club, right? That's the Georgetown Club on Camp Street, and Colgrain House, Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen. But here is one of the tallest buildings, 8 floors, and this is what is changing the skyline of Georgetown, right? Changing the Georgetown skyline. It's probably going to be a commercial building, I suppose, for multiple businesses. At one point there was speculation that ExxonMobil would rent space in it, would probably rent the entire building. I don't know if that was ever that deal was ever completed. That's Cogwin House on the other side, and here at Middle Street, that's Christchurch. So Christchurch Secondary School, the frame has been rebuilt. Christchurch Secondary School was burnt in a fire a few years ago, and for a long time we were speculating about whether this was the prime real estate for them to steal the land, basically take the land away from the school and relocate the school elsewhere. But I understand that the government is going to rebuild the school here, and this is what has been built so far. They put a frame up, they've taken down the walls they used to have, lots of fence around it, construction fence, so you couldn't see beyond the fence. But this is what exists now. This is Christchurch Secondary School. That's looking back. Camp Street North, Church's Chicken. And here we are on Middle Street. That's Middle Street looking west. That's Middle Street going Middle Street looking east. Oh, by the way, there was a new building. We haven't visited that building in a while. It's at the corner of Thomas Street. Right, we've seen that one in the previous video. Thomas Street and Middle Street. It's also a I don't remember what it is, whatever, one of those buildings where they take telephone calls. They handle international customer service. Right, this is also another commercial building where they're renting retail space. I think the last time I checked they said they didn't have any more space, it's already all booked up. That's a GRA building. GRA building is it's being rented by the government of Guyana. It's privately owned, rented by the government of Guyana. And right across the street is that commercial shopping complex, basically. I don't think it's not fully. I know there are some stores that are rented that are operating in that building. St. Margaret's Primary School and so on. So that's what's up, guys. I just wanted to show you how the skyline of Georgetown is changing with multi-story buildings, and this is what it looks like so far. When those buildings are more closer to completion, I'm going to give you more information about who owns them, who's building them, what the nature of the building is, who's going to be occupying them. But for now, this is where we are in terms of changing skyline in Georgetown on Camp Street. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. In the comments below, tell me what you think about the changing skyline in Georgetown along Camp Street. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening here in Georgetown, Guyana. Later! Right, that's the Watercrest Hotel on Waterloo Street. We saw in the last video, somebody says it's 9 floors tall. It's a 9-story building.